Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, football fans across the nation and around the world. This is Tim May with yet another Tim May podcast. And man, I'm joined in the cockpit of this magnificent flying machine this week by a fellow who I don't mind putting this airplane's hands into, and it is Johnnie Dixon. Johnnie Dixon, welcome back to the Tim May podcast.
How you doing, Tim, man? Thanks for having me again.
And by the way, I screwed that up. I wanted to say this airplane's controls into the hands of Johnnie Dixon. You know what I mean? If an airplane had hands, oh my goodness, look out. But I digress. I like to self-correct as I go along, Johnny, as you well know. But Johnnie Dixon, formerly Ohio State wide receiving star among the three amigos. Just think, Johnny, if there'd been NIL, but when you guys played, y'all would have at least gotten free meals at like El Vaquero or something, right? I mean, it's crazy where college football has gone in the last several years, right?
Right, man. At least could have got me like a 2006 Honda or something.
Yeah. Something that runs, right? something that comes at least with jumper cables. I'm with you. Go ahead.
Man, something. But no, those guys are living good right now, man. And I can't be mad at it at all. Hey,
real quick before I jump into stuff about you, are you still a little bit stunned? And I'm not knocking this. I've been advocating you guys should have shared in the wealth 30, 40 years ago. But are you still stunned to see C.J. Stroud turning down a Bentley for a Mercedes AMG, something, a G-Wagon or something like that? I mean, is it stunning what is legal now?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little different. It's a lot different, actually, just from what we're used to. You take a bite of food, you're getting in trouble. So, yeah, I'm great, what they're allowing the kids to do now. I mean, they deserve it.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, yeah, they do deserve it. It's just crazy. I don't know where it's all going. We'll get into that in a minute. I want to know where you're going. Basically, right now, you're in the USFL. You've been tearing it up, playing for the New Orleans Breakers. Do I have that right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Breakers. Boy, they're going to need the Breakers. There's supposed to be a high hurricane season this year.
Nice.
Thankfully, though, you guys are actually playing for New Orleans, but you're living in Birmingham, Alabama. Explain what it's like right now. USFL, you're basically trying to still get your toe in the water of the NFL. I'm sure that's what this is all about. But has it been sort of a godsend to have this spring league that could possibly keep your football career alive? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think it's something good for people that's trying to get back into the league. And, some people are satisfied playing here. So, nothing's wrong with that either. But, yeah, I think it's a good kickstart for people. Definitely that's what I'm using it for, to get back to where I think I belong. And so, yeah, it's been good, man. I can't complain.
Hey, you're getting the ball thrown to you. I think the latest stats I saw where you have like 34 catches this season. We've seen a lot of the highlights. You might have more than that. That might have been a week late. But bottom line is, Johnny, you're one of the stars of your team, right? What does it feel like to just be vital again on a football team?
It feels good. I haven't had this opportunity since Ohio State. So, it's been good to be just one of the guys, being able to go out there and make plays, just do what I love to do.
Yeah. How did you get hooked up with the USFL? I mean, explain to people what the mechanism was going from sitting there being a free agent to suddenly playing in the USFL. How did that all come about?
Yeah. It started with my agent, just sending me some stuff out. I wasn't really paying attention to it at first. I didn't think I was going to do it. And, my wife ended up telling me I should go try it. So, yeah, that's how I really got here, my agent and my wife.
Yeah.
I said, I'll go out here and give it, a try. And I saw the people were getting on our team as well. So, I was like, why not? Why not go give it another chance? Maybe it help, jumpstart my career back up. So, we'll see.
Yeah. But I mean, but you went from there to a tryout situation. Where was the tryout, by the way? Or I mean, you got to show you got the goods right, or how did that work?
I think it went off more of like college highlights and has he been in the NFL and things like that. I think it was more of that. Watching the old film and things like that, I think was where they, chose who they were going to take on their team.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've heard of the three amigos. Where's that third amigo? Where's he hanging out? Is that what they said?
Well, I know.
I got you, man. Hey, well, are you making a decent living doing this? I explain to people financially how it's at least impacting you in some form or fashion.
Yeah, I mean, you just put money in your pockets at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's not even all about that, though, at the end of the day. Like, about, setting you up for what's next. And, again, it's only a few months, throughout the year. So, it puts enough in your pockets for now, that's for sure. Luckily, I got a wife at home that's working hard, too. So, we're able to provide for our babies. But, like I said, three or 4 months, and, it's just giving you enough for 3 or 4 months for sure.
Yeah. But here's your plan. Your plan is to play football all the way till February, right? I mean, isn't that your plan?
Absolutely.
Hook up with the team headed for the Super Bowl and just keep playing football?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Explain that dream, Johnny. Where does that dream come from? What drives that dream?
Well, I've had that dream since I was a little kid. Just playing in the neighborhood every day, all day. I always wanted to be an NFL player. I saw guys like Devin Hester who came from the same neck of the woods as me. So he gave us the light, to be able to tell ourselves that we can go and do it. So for me, it's just been my whole life. That's all I ever wanted to do. That's all I ever knew growing up.
What does a wide receiver, because you've been in some NFL camps, what does a wide receiver, in the bottom line, final analysis, what does he have to prove in a camp to show that he is viable and that he's reliable, that he's trying to think another word that rhymes with viable, but that he can help a football team? What have you figured out through this process over the last several years that, to make that final leap and be a regular NFL player? What is it you got to prove as a wide receiver, you think?
I think one thing is, well, a guy in my situation, I said a big thing is special teams. That's how you get in the door. A guy that was undrafted and things like that. So biggest thing is special teams. Another thing is staying healthy. And I would say preseasons and practice, when you get a chance, you gotta take advantage of it.
Yeah. I'm watching Hard Knocks. Was it last year before last with the Dallas Cowboys? And there's that, they really don't focus on you, but there's that one scene where all you guys are sitting in the team meeting room, waiting to hear your fate and stuff. What is that moment like for a pro football player to know you put your heart and soul into something, but that probably you're still not going to get that tap, at the end of the day? What just put people in your mind, in your framework there of what you're thinking from a future standpoint, from that immediate moment standpoint, to know you've busted your butt, but for one reason or another, they've gone another direction.
Right. Yeah. I would say my first time, I was kind of up and down about it. Trying to, gather the answers to myself. And, it was something new. I've never been cut before, college and things like that. So, for me, it was just taking it in stride. And as I got, went on through my years, it was like, I kind of knew, you kind of know, like, at the end of the day, what it's going to be, if you're going to be there or not. Sometimes you don't, but most of the times I would say you do. So, for me, man, it's just all about when it happens, it's going to happen eventually to almost everybody. So you just got to be ready for the next step, man. When it happens, you just got to get back into training and just be ready for the next moment, the next opportunity.
Yeah, and I guess there's a part of you too. I mean, you never know when you're going to call back, so to speak, right? Kind of like being a movie actor. You don't want to necessarily burn a bridge on the way out of the castle, right? Yeah. Go ahead.
Most of the times they keep it real with you. They tell you what you could have done better and, things like that. So, sometimes you just got to take it on the chin and just be ready for the next opportunity. And hopefully it comes. And sometimes it don't. Sometimes, you play in the summer leagues and, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. You still get a chance.
Yeah. But if you notice through your career so far, does some guys get the benefit of the doubt? You know what I mean? And some guys don't. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Some guys get it off names and, potential and things like that. So in my situation, you can't really complain about it. It's going to happen. So, you just got to go out there and put your best foot forward, keep working.
What is it like to see yourself the last month or so, month and a half, to see yourself in highlights on like ESPN or wherever? What is that like to to watch yourself actually making plays and helping a team win games, but mainly you're out there playing your game the way you've always played it. I mean, what is that feeling like?
Feels good, man. And, you get your little spotlight. And for me, it's just something I can show my kids, later on in life, that I was able to get to every level. Maybe I wasn't, as good as I wanted to be, but, I got to every level. And when I grew up, that was the plan, make it every. So, I did what I did. So, like I said, it feels good for sure, and the people around you, they appreciate it and they love it. So, yeah, feel smiles on others' faces as well.
Yeah, sure. And you have played in the NFL. Let's not discount that. That's my point is. But what I'm getting to here is this been a godsend for you? How would you describe just this league? I mean, these leagues have kind of come and gone and stuff, and yet it is allowing you to put stuff on video suddenly. I mean, how would you describe what it has meant? You think to your career going forward?
I think it's good. A lot of guys are here to get the film. So I think that's important, to be able to come here, get the film, feel like one of the guys, so yeah, I mean, definitely the biggest thing is just getting that film right now and just being able to be a part of a good receiving core and be one of the guys, it feels good for sure.
All right. They get all you guys together and they go, fellas, you're playing for New Orleans. Hey, you guys are playing for Michigan. You guys are playing for wherever. But you're all going to live in greater Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
What did you think about the concept going in? And then number two, how's it worked out? But give me what you thought about the concept going in.
At first, I really didn't think too much about it. I'm just like, it'll be all right. Probably a huge hotel. But honestly, it hasn't been weird at all. I mean, most of the times, the guy, a lot of people that's going to be here. The funniest thing to me is like when people, go back and forth on the field, but like, you get to the hotel, it is what it is. Nothing's gonna really happen. It's part of the game. So, I think it's been okay. It's been smooth.
Yeah.
I barely leave my hotel room, so yeah, no, it's been smooth. It's definitely something different, but hasn't been bad at all, I wouldn't say.
Where exactly are y'all? I mean, where is your hotel? What is it in a suburb or is it in like Hoover or somewhere like that, Vestavia Hill? I mean, where's your hotel?
Honestly, it's right across from UAB Stadium. I don't even know what location we're in. Arlington, like that, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, you're on the southwest side of I think southwest side or whatever of Birmingham. But let me ask you that. So y'all play in that stadium, right?
Yeah, we played most of our games here. And then we played one at the old, stadium.
Legion Field.
Yeah.
Dude, Bear Bryant used to walk up and down that sideline. Alabama played 3 or 4 home games a year there. I mean, that's where Alabama-Auburn played until about 25 years ago. I mean, that place is legendary. Of course, as you can also tell, it's sort of falling apart now.
The field wasn't bad. The bleachers look updated things like that, but in the locker room needs a major update. The showers, the toilets, those are some old school things for sure.
Well, that place has been in limbo because they don't know whether to enhance it or tear it down. So, you know what I mean? Then you end up with something like that. I mean, that's what kind of reminds me of old Cleveland Stadium before they finally built Jacobs Field and the place where the Browns play now. I mean, everybody swore by that place. I said, if Jim Brown had never played here, you'd never think this place was legendary. You know what I mean? It was I hated that stadium myself. I had to cover Browns games and Indians games. But yeah, Legion Field is really interesting. But also, I wanted to get your take on this. When you watch these games on television, there's crowd noise and stuff. Mm-hmm. What is it like in the stadium?
The best games are when you're playing against Birmingham or Birmingham just playing. They have the fans. We have family members come out and things like that. So it's not as loud as Birmingham, but sometimes it's nice. You get good crowd reaction, but like Birmingham games are the ones for sure.
But sometimes does it feel almost like a scrimmage? I mean, an inter-squad scrimmage? I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, the coach is either yelling or somebody's, cheering, but it's not, Johnnie Dixon just scored a touchdown. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Oh, you can hear everything from the stands. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Definitely like scrimmage out there, but people don't really pay too much attention to it. We go out there, we just try to make our plays and do what we can while we're out there.
Who is a player in that league that's caught your eye besides yourself when you watch video? But who's a player that's caught your eye like, man, you know what? We got some pretty good players running around here, and here's one of them, but why aren't we in the league? You know what I mean? Type the NFL, but give me a player that's definitely caught your eye over the last couple of months.
And I would say just nobody from my team. I would say Turpin played at TCU.
Yeah.
He's been special. Man, the things he do with the ball are crazy. Him, my dude from Birmingham, another receiver. Man, I can't think of his name right now. But, those two guys have been electric. There's been a few guys. Just one guy that plays for Michigan. I can't think of his name either. But, no, it's been a lot of talented people. Definitely, like, I watch the games or, watch the film, and they definitely have some guys playing in this league that can definitely play on the next level, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and I was going to say, this isn't, like you said, this isn't pick up football in the backyard. I mean, all of you guys are trying to prove something, and I would think it makes it probably as competitive as anything probably you've played in from the standpoint of everybody wants to prove they belong, right, and they deserve a shot in the NFL. It's kind of like that feeling, isn't it? I mean, I would think there's a little bit of a what do you want to call it, a must-do kind of situation for everybody, an urgency. Do you sense that?
Yeah, no, it's a lot of respect amongst the players. Me, myself, I'm a big players guy. So,
yeah,
I like to watch people and what they do and, pick their game, and see what I can pick from those and, put into my game. But, yeah, I mean, for me, I just love the game and, I love players. And so I go out here and, I do my thing, but I also watch, people from other teams and, how special they can be. But definitely everybody's got that time clock, knowing you got to try to be one of the best in the league, go out and make, every play that you can. But I would say it's definitely a lot of respect amongst guys, for sure. Yeah.
Johnny, you and I've known each other for a long time, believe it or not, man. That's how long you've been. We've been around each other. I've always thought you're one of those guys, man, pushed into a corner, wow, just like at Ohio State, people almost gave up on you. And boom, next thing you know, wow, you have a great year along with your other, as I called you guys, you graduados, because y'all all had graduated by the time you left. But the three amigos. But do you have that sense right now? I mean, is there an urgency, but also the fact that given a shot, you're proving you do belong, right? I mean, it's I would think it's kind of a weird dynamic going on for you that, that you do think you belong at the next level, right?
Absolutely. I think I do. I might not be the one or the two, but I definitely go out there and make plays. So I've always felt that way. Even when I was hurt, I always had the edge about me. I always knew I could do it. And that was another I pushed back to, be on the field just to be able to show that. And like you said, like a lot of people did give up on me. They didn't think I would be in a position like this, to this day. So, it is what it is, man. I've always been pushing to that corner and I always fought my way out. So
I know. I was going to say, I wonder, this is a leading question. If you don't want to answer, it's fine. But if you hadn't had that history of the first couple of 3 years at Ohio State, when when you were dealing with that chronic knee situation, et cetera, do you think you'd be on an NFL team right now? You understand what I'm saying? Do you think there are doubts out there that you still have to fight?
Yeah, I think I would have been drafted. I think I would have had a much better career at Ohio State, if I'm being honest. I think I would have – people call me legend, but, it is what it is. I think I would have been able to definitely put myself in the books in a better situation. But, it is what it is, man. I don't know if I would have been – I don't know if I would have been as man I am today if I didn't go through what I went through. So, I take it with a grain of salt and I keep pushing, man. And, it is what it is, man. I know I can play the game, things like that. So, yeah, that's why I'm pushing. I know I can do it.
I was going to say, man, there's already – I know you're picking up on the buzz out there. There's buzz out there about you, I mean, heck, just Chicago Bears could use you, et cetera. Every time you look at something, there's a little bit of a rumor going around about Johnnie Dixon. Can't wait to get him into an NFL camp now that he's, showing people what he can do. But you like to hear that, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. But, At this point, I really don't. It really don't matter that much to me, man, because I know what I can do.
Yeah.
To me, at this point, I just want to do what I do, be a great husband, be a great father, man, and my life is good. If I get that chance to go to the next level, it is what it is. If I don't, I'll figure it out.
You dedicate, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And plus, what the heck? You can take photos, man.
And I'm excited about that. Take photos. I do some cooking. So, my life is going to be all right no matter what, man. At the end of the game doesn't define me anymore. At one point it did, but, now I put my hands in a lot of things. So I won't let one thing define who I am, or the person I want to be.
Johnnie Dixon, cosmopolitan man. Johnny Lightning Dixon, as I used to like to call you. Dude, I want to ask you, you dedicated your first touchdown there in the USFL to you dedicated a touchdown. I can't remember if it was the first one or not, to the memory of Dwayne Haskins Jr. Have you gotten over, you'll never get over that, but just for people that weren't close to him, what stood out about him and how, obviously the news was shocking, but how shocking was it, I guess? And then number two, just what do you take with you that just is a positive vibe from your time with Dwayne Haskins Jr.?
Yeah, super surprising. Me, Paris, and Terry got a text message early that morning, and it beat me up for a couple of days. I'm not one that's good with death, and definitely with somebody that you were close with. You never expect somebody so young to go so early. So, it hurt. It hurt real bad. I can't lie about it. The other day, almost every day I'm scrolling through my pictures or something, and I just see him, and it still rubs me wrong, man. It's tough because we weren't talking every day, but like we had that relationship where we see something good's going on in any one of our lives. We'll quick send a message to each other. So not being able to do that again, it hurts. Definitely with somebody that was so close. We were so close with went to battle with every Saturday, every day of the week, in summer workouts. So it was rough, man. And the biggest thing I took away from him, his time here and my time around him, was just the person he was. Always smiling, always happy. That's the kind of guy I am. Like, I'm always laughing and things like that. Yeah. So yeah, it was always good to be around him, man. He was always smiling, dude, no matter what he was going through, ups or downs, he was smiling. So it's going to be rough, man, not to be able to just talk to my brother no more. It sucks.
Did it enhance, though, your relationship with your wife, your kids? Do you hug them a little bit more than usual now? You know what I mean? Because, any day, things can happen.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. I couldn't imagine being in a parent situation where you lose your kid, man. Just how much I love my family, my wife and my kids. I just couldn't, to definitely break me apart. So, yeah, I definitely hugged them, harder than ever when I see them. They actually were up here a few weeks ago. So I'm definitely missing them, man. And, when things happens, it's tough. You just want to be around people you love. So,
yeah. Let's jump real quick. Keon Grays. You got to watch this guy work out in high school and stuff. Now he's at Ohio State. I thought he had a great spring, a little bit early enrollee. He leaned on you for some guidance, et cetera, or at least you kind of showed up and he was trying to steal your swag. But the point is, just him in particular, but the Ohio State wide receiver core, man, Brian Hartline has got it going on, doesn't he? In Ohio State, Ryan Day, but just Keon, and what do you see past that?
Yeah, well, me and Keon met. We have the same receiver coach out in Arizona, guy that helped train us and stuff for the combine.
Who's that? Who is that?
His name is Cy.
Yeah, okay. He's only got one name, like Cher.
In Jacksonville right now. But when we were out in Arizona, he's our receiver coach. But we had one to train, and he didn't know who I was. I think I might have had some Ohio State gear on, or he might have been talking about it or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I went there or whatever. He's like, yeah, man. It was before he got the offer. He was like, yeah, man, I'm trying to get this offer right now. I'm like, just keep working. You'll get it, whatever. And, he ended up getting it. And he's always loved it. Like from day one, he's always talked about it. So, and he's a hardworking kid. So it was, it was easy to be around him, easy to go to work with him. We used to go with, it gets hot in the summer in AZ. So we used to be working out like 6 a.m. in the morning, 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. And, he has that drive to be great. And I think he will be. So, you just got to keep doing what he's doing, man. The kid's already, he's got some talent to him. He's already got all the footwork and all that down. He's a playmaker. So Brian Hartline is definitely going to enhance his skills. I think Brian is the best receiver coach in college football right now. And, I don't care what nobody says. That's why I stand on it. So, I think he'll be able to possibly get in there this year and make some plays. If not, definitely next year. I think he'll be one of the guys that leave there, with some influence for sure.
Hey, real quick. I mean, when I first started covering the team in 1984, there was a freshman named Chris Carter on the team. You know what I mean? And Ohio State always had 1 or 2 receivers every year that were pretty outstanding all the way through the midpoint there when even Brian was there with Anthony Gonzalez and Ted Ginn Jr., Roy Hall, et cetera, right on up through. But are you stunned about how this has become? And, I thought, and it's funny how it's become a place for great guys to go because, you and Terry McLaurin and Paris Campbell kind of like stayed, y'all had to stay through the duration to get your just due. But I thought the wide receiver core, Zone 6, really, that was when it came to fruition, was with you guys and stuff. Obviously, Michael Thomas before you guys and, right on down the line. But are you stunned at where it's gotten to?
I'm not. I'm really not. Brian Hartline is a guy that can go out and I think get any recruit that he wants, and he doesn't have to go out and be fake. He can go out and be himself because that's what you want to see when you get in the building. And when we played, that was the guy he was. You have to once he got the head receiver spot, you got to be a little different. But he was the same guy. I can go and talk to him about anything. So I think that's where it starts with him. Being able to go out and just work his magic, do what he do. And then who doesn't want to play for Ryan Day? If you ever meet the guy and sit down and talk with him, he's as real as it gets. So, all those guys play a major part in getting these dudes here. And if I have Ohio State offer, I'm definitely paying attention to it. And I'm not saying that just because I went there. But like as a player, if you want to possibly get to the next level and not even just football, just in life, Ohio State sets you up with that. So,
yeah.
I wouldn't.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. But Go ahead. I hate these Zoom things. You talk over each other, but go ahead, though, Johnny.
But no, that's all I just want to pass up the opportunity for sure.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about Ryan Day. Now it's like Forrest Gump. What is Ryan? What is special about him? Because, you played for Urban Meyer. When things really took off there, Ryan Day and Urban Meyer are very not the same person. You know what I mean? In all kinds of ways. Urban Meyer was an effective college football coach. So there's no doubt about it, no matter what happened at Jacksonville. And by the way, were you surprised by what happened in Jacksonville, or did you expect that to happen eventually?
I'd rather not talk about it, but it's weird. Just I don't know. I think it's just weird, the whole situation.
Yeah.
It is what it is, but, I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay. But I just want, threw it out there to you. But with Ryan, we were getting to a while ago about the wide receiver core. If you're a wide receiver and you go to Ohio State, they're going to throw the football now. I mean, There's no doubt about it, right? And but on top of that, the quarterbacks that they've gotten.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to a place and they're probably going to throw the ball, but the guy may be high and outside every other time. I mean, is it stunning to you how Ohio State is? Well, I keep using that word. I know what you're going to say, but is it surprising you that Ohio State has become basically one of the passing meccas of college football?
No, because when the year I walked away for a little bit is the day Coach Datum came in, and they brought me in and talked to me. He was like, he told us what we were going to do. We were going to be throwing the ball. And, a lot of people say that and they don't stand by it. And you can see he transformed the offense into what he said he was going to do. So, I don't know. He's a man of his word to me.
Yeah. But is it But is it cool? I mean, to know that that's your alma mater. You understand what I'm saying? That they're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust. People still have that in their minds. It hasn't been 3 yards in a cloud of dust for decades, but it's one of the premier passing schools in the country, right?
If you're going to go recruit the best receivers and the best quarterbacks, you should be. You have to be. Best running backs, the best O-line, you have to be. We set ourselves up for it, and, I think we're taking advantage of it now, and, it's hard to stop. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're a receiver anywhere, why not look at Ohio State? I never understand. Like, I understand the NIL and all that stuff, but, you do what you do. The money's going to come regardless, so I don't know. I just went past up the opportunity, man. And like I said, we recruit the best, we get the best. So I'm not surprised at all.
I got you. One last question, and I'll let you go. I appreciate you joining me. I've been chasing you like a cornerback for a couple of weeks. Haven't caught you, finally caught you, but you're still gonna high point and get the ball. And now, threw all that football jargon in there. Is there one Jackson Smith and Jigba, Rose Bowl? Wow. I mean, what was just your take, and what is that guy's future in your opinion?
His future is bright.
Yeah. I was like saying the sun came up. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I went there to run through Pro Day again, like a year or two ago, and just listening to Garrett and Chris talk about him, it's like he's probably going to be the best to ever walk through here. And I hear that. I've seen Mike, I've seen Devin, Paris, Terry. I've seen a lot of guys, so it's like CC and all those guys, Joey, and the list goes on and on and on.
Oh, yeah.
So you hear things like that, and you're like, okay, whatever, man. There's been some guys come through here, and then you just see them light it up, and you like, those guys see it more than we do. So, I mean, I don't take nothing away from him. And for two guys to sit there and say that he's better than both of them, and both of them are elite, that's just he's a special kid. And, that Rose Bowl was insane.
Yeah.
Park. And one thing we always said in the receiver room is, to start a riot, somebody got to throw the first punch. And he was throwing punches all over the place, man. He was insane that night.
I was going to say, it is so cool to watch a guy when everybody knows the ball is going to him and he still gets wide. I mean, still gets that space, creates that space, gets open, isn't it, Johnny?
He's special, man. He's got something about him. He's just a football player. He's one of those guys that's a football player. Like I've been around CD last year and just saw him work, and he's like a football guy, like created to play football, and that's how Jackson is. He's just one of those guys that can go out there and do it. And I'm pretty sure he works his tail off too. No doubt about it.
Oh yeah. Hey, well, last thing, and we're out of here. If things go right for you, what happens? Where are you in October or November this year? Are you playing for an NFL team? I mean, what if things go just the way you want them to in the next couple of 3, 4, 5 weeks?
Man, if it happens to happen that way, I'll take it in stride. But if it doesn't, it is what it is. Like I said, I could be around my family, and I've become such a family man, so I'm not mad about that one either. So we'll see. You never know what the future holds, man, and I just keep working my butt off until we see what happens.
Gotcha. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary, in my opinion, Johnnie Dixon, Johnny Lightning Dixon. Johnny, I'm glad to see you lighting it up in the USFL, man. Thanks for joining me on this Tim May podcast.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.
And until next week, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you then.